Can you believe that in our living rooms and our offices, there can be quite often up to 10 times the concentration of harmful gases and pollutants than in a city centre? And what's more, in our strive to create energy-efficient buildings, we're increasing the airtightness of our buildings and increasing the thermal resistance of those buildings. Yet we need to deal with that moisture that's still being created, whether it's cooking and cleaning or dogs running around and kids screaming. And if this moisture is not poorly managed, it creates condensation, and that causes mold, and that can cause asthma. And currently there are 30 million asthmatics in Europe alone. I am Tom Robinson, and I'm the founder of Adaptavate, and I'd like to share with you some of the work that we're doing to rethink and redesign how building materials should be made for a low-carbon, healthy built environment of the future. During my MSc, I developed a biocomposite that has applicability in many markets, but my vision was to create an alternative to plasterboard, and that is breatherboard. Now, breatherboard is installed in exactly the same way as plasterboard. However, it has some significant added values. When you're cooking and cleaning, you're creating more moisture. Now, breatherboard on the walls of our buildings breathes in that moisture. And then when you go to sleep or you go to work, it lets that moisture out. So it regulates the internal environment. This reduces the risk of condensation and therefore reduces the risk of mold. What's more is that breatherboard also absorbs these pollutants in our internal environment, creating a healthy internal environment. We spend 90% of our time in buildings. Now, also, I designed this to be circular by design. So whatever waste you make on site or at the end of life is completely circular, compostable. This is a nutrient that at the end of its life, not a pollutant. The market opportunity is applicable across lots of markets. However, here are some high potential ones, and due to our team's expertise, the explicit market need, and having spoken to end users and building professionals, we've chosen to focus our efforts on the traditional buildings. That is, buildings that are built pre-1919. This has been validated by a sales funnel of around £30,000. There's 4.6 million of these homes, and we aim to be in 5% of these by the end of year 5. That's breatherboard in £250,000 properties, generating a 5-year profit of around £10 million. And what's more is that when we do this, there will be a carbon saving of 40 million tonnes. That's because breatherboard takes 4 times less CO2 to make than any unit of plasterboard. So how are we going to do this? Well, I'm assembling a small but ever so capable team, and I've brought on board my business partner, Alberto Fernandez, who will be heading up the technical development of this product. We're looking for other key personnel, so if this is of interest to you, please come and find me. I'd love to talk to you. Last year, we were UK winners of the Cleantech Launchpad competition run by Climate Kick and EU finalists. And this year we've been selected by Kevin MacLeod to feature as Green Heroes at Grand Designs Live, where we'll be able to validate some of our assumptions and talk to the customer segment. Our next steps are to continue to develop sales, keep our pipeline moving. We'd also continue to develop our business model at key events, such as Grand Designs Live. But of course, we would also like to develop our team. And if this is of interest to you, I look forward to talking to you. But really what we need to do, we know this product works, and we know that there's a market need. So what we need to do is to develop a manufacturing facility on a small scale so that we can continue product development, satisfy our current orders and any other potential future orders, and start making this. So we are asking you for £40,000 to match against the existing £20,000 that we've already secured so that we can get in and start making breatherboard to be a solution to some of these problems. I look forward to talking to you, and I invite you to breathe a breath of fresh air into the buildings of the future. Thanks.